technically, also to throw another loop in, I would be, if today's the 18th, I would be like 3 weeks pregnant.
What's up, fertility fam? Let's get these babies, ladies.
All right, 2 week wait chronicles continue. Here comes Liberty, of course. So today is 3 days post 5-day transfer or 8 DPO. I know a lot of ladies would start testing today. I will not be one of them. And it is the 18th of September. I'm trying to look at my pegboard over there, which I need to update. But I wanted to, before I forget, last night after I had signed off, I don't know, I went to the kitchen to do something. I couldn't sleep and I was drying or putting away. Anyway, I was standing over by the coffee maker, like cleaning basically. And I had this very distinct, sharp pull. So if I'm looking down at my body, my belly, whatever, right? If I'm looking down, 12 o'clock would be where my legs split, right? So 12 o'clock is there. This was about the 2 o'clock position. Like if you think of those quadrants on the clock, like it was in the first 15 minutes on the clock. Does that make sense? Oh my God. It wasn't at 15. It was it was somewhere between 1 and 2. So 12, 1, 2. Yeah. It was different than what I had been feeling earlier, and also different than what I felt before the transfer. And it grew over time, because at first, I don't know, I was just like, I felt gassy, but then it just kept like pulling, tugging, like and then it was just like a tug. So I don't know. And it's like, it's so many transfers. I don't know if I had this feeling before or not. I'm just like, oh my God, how do you keep track? I'm not going to write it down, because there was one where I wrote them all down and then I got a negative, and then I just had this book of whatever, which I actually need to find that book. It's my Dorothy book, because when I told the Braverman nurse, Linda, that I had my transfer, she wanted to know what the grade was. I'm pretty sure it was like a 4AB. I think that's what I had left. It was either 4 or 6. I can't remember. I feel like it was a 4. I can always go back and watch the video, but it's not that deep. Anyway, I told her 4AB, and she wanted to know how many I transferred and if it was tested. So 1 for AB, not tested. So, and then some paperwork has to get scheduled. Anyway, I did want to just log that one very distinct, gradually growing, increasing tug. It wasn't painful, but it definitely was. I had to take a deep breath. You know what I mean? Like I had to stand, brace myself on the counter, and just, it almost felt like my instinct was to like hold my stomach in. I don't know why, but just like to tighten everything. Anyway, I just wanted to get that logged. I'll update the sign and I'll let you know any other symptoms by the end of today. Oh my goodness. All right, it's the check-in. Something told me, check these progesterone bottles. I'm getting ready to do my shot. But remember I said I had a whole bunch of boxes? So I have, let's see. Let's count out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Got it? 9. Have they expired? That one's good till 2024. That one, December 2021. So that is no good. 2024. 2021. 24. 23. 24. 24. 23. Okay, so that leaves us with 7 good ones. These 2 are waste, unfortunately. That's okay. And then I should put numbers on these so I know. First in, first out type of situation. Let me do that right quick. All right, so October 23rd through September 24th. And this is the one that I was nickel and diamond. I'm gonna get that last little drop out, and then we're gonna move on to October of 2023. This one is actually January 2024, so I probably should have used it October 1st, but we still got a whole year, child, so we gonna make it work. Let me get this last shot in. Oh, before I do my shot, really quick. So 3 days post, am I feeling anything? I had a burst of energy, which was the complete opposite of like yesterday. Well, I felt productive yesterday, but I did have to take a nap. Like, we were doing a lot. I just had a good burst of energy, and I've been forgetful. I ran the girls some bath water and totally forgot, and luckily it didn't overflow. I usually set a timer, but it could be the stress. You know what I mean? It could be the stress. I had more twinges this morning, but not after that, and I've been standing on my feet for most of the day. It does feel like, it's not a heaviness, but it feels like I'm holding my stomach in. Like, I don't know, I'm just like, the muscles of my uterus are doing something. Because then, you know how if you suck your stomach in and you finally let it out, you can tell, like, the muscle is there. It feels like I've been sucking my stomach in and I finally let it out. I don't know if that makes any sense. It was more of that than any, like, I wouldn't even say this morning was a tug. I would say more of a twinge, but could it be wishful thinking? I feel like I felt all these things before. If I find my Dorothy notebook, we'll know. I'll make a point of it. I think it's probably, no. I think this room needs to be cleaned. Oh my God. I watched a bunch of Sunday resets. I think I'm going to do a reset. I don't know if I'm going to film it, but I'm down with the Sunday resets on YouTube. Okay. That's it. So we are 3 days post 5-day transfer or 8 DPO, and feeling good, still feeling hopeful. No real symptoms, no clear like, oh yes, I'm definitely pregnant, and no clear I'm out, you know. So I actually kind of like the limbo. I think when you test, it starts, well, for me, everybody's different. It's that POAS addiction. Like, once I start doing it, I can't stop, and then every negative is kind of daunting, you know what I mean? So, or even if it's a positive, if it's not getting darker, like with my very first FET, like, it doesn't, what good can come of it unless I feel like for sure, yes, like, I don't know, I need a sign. If I have like a strong sign, like I feel nauseous, or I don't know, but I'm just gonna continue to stay positive and believe and trust and pray and have hope and do everything that I can do to make a good, welcoming environment for my baby, and protect my peace and my mental well-being, you know. So that's where we are. All right, I'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow is, what are we, 3? Tomorrow's 4. It'll be like 9 days post-ovulation. 4 days plus 5 if anybody is new to IVF. It's the embryo is 5 days old. It is now 4 days after the 5-day embryo. So now the embryo is 9 days, or 9 days past ovulation. Like, if you would have conceived naturally, day 0 is the day of conception, and then, or ovulation, and then the day after is 1 day post ovulation. Hopefully that makes sense. I know everybody's not doing IVF, so I try to make it clear. But yeah, so that is what's happening. And technically, also, to throw another loop in, I would be, today's the 18th, I would be like 3 weeks pregnant. So, because it would start on the day of my first day of the menstrual period, LMP, or last menstrual period, which is the first day of the last period. Not the last day of the last period, which I'm pretty sure was around the 1st. So that puts us at 18 days, somewhere around there. It was the 1st or the 2nd. It was the 2nd. It was the 2nd. Okay. Liberty wants my attention. She wants to know, why have I been cooking all day and then coming in here, sitting down and not talking to her? They did like the chicken skins. Oh, you guys, it's out of order. It'll make sense. It'll make sense later if you ever see this. If you see this, I'm pregnant, so just skip to the end. Yeah, the chicken crisp. I made chicken skins for them because I was making food and then I was going to keep the skin on the chicken, even though the recipe said not to. And I was like, I'll do it anyway. And then I thought about it. I was like, that might be an inflammatory thing. That's why they said take it off. So I cooked it with the chicken on. Like, I cut it first so that it was like a little flap, cooked it so the fattiness from the skin would get into the chicken. And then I cut it off and then I just fried it to see if the girls would like it. Who doesn't like chicken skins? My girls do. Right? I knew they like pork skins, but the chicken skin was interesting, and it's fatty. I'm trying to fatten them up, especially Justice. Anyway, I'm rambling. Love you guys. Tomorrow we meet again.